Hello and welcome. One of the key difficulties obstructing humanity at this pivotal time is the alarming percentage of willfully ignorant cowards refusing to accept uncomfortable truths. Understanding and identifying an enemy during conflict is crucial for effective response and successful outcomes. What masquerades as government is our major foe in this escalating conflict. The complexity of today's spiritual warfare necessitates a multifaceted approach to dangerous adversaries like globalist-controlled governments, unhinged cults, deranged ideologies, councils, corrupt judiciaries, and corporatized mercenary police. We must recognise their capabilities and identify potential weaknesses while understanding their devious manoeuvrings to anticipate their next move. The essence of all warfare is adversarial, thus. Understanding our primary enemy as criminally usurped authority masquerading as government is fundamental to shaping effective response. As noted by military strategists, failing to consider the enemy's character leads to tactical and strategic failures. Historical examples illustrate this point, such as the misjudgments during the Iraq War, where coalition forces failed to recognise the insurgency as a significant threat, leading to disastrously ineffective responses. A comprehensive grasp of an enemy's methods is essential to responsive effectiveness. T.E. Lawrence, known for his deep understanding of Arab culture during World War I, exemplified how knowledge of an adversary's social structure and motivations can decide strategy. In today's ever-changing environment, enemies often operate within complex socio-political landscapes where cultural insights can provide advantages in response planning and execution. This global conflict involves ideologically motivated dupes such as extremist environmental groups like Extinction Rebellion that blindly serve the dictates of Agenda 2030 without ever knowing it. These useful idiots have no idea how globalists ruthlessly exploit their drooling gullibility. Neither do they recognise the sneering contempt their satanic manipulators view them with. Understanding the demonic manipulation of socially disruptive ideologies like equally naive transgenderism and DEI allows confronting contrived disturbances while undermining the ideological foundations that support them. For instance, during the Cold War, US strategies effectively countered Soviet communism by progressively weakening ideological narratives. This method is slowly beginning to erode the palpably ludicrous arguments for transgenderism, which appears more imbecilic by the day. Dependable intelligence is paramount in identifying, understanding, and confronting enemies. For example, a past situation required personal friends on a council staff providing erstwhile unavailable information that facilitated me with an insurmountable advantage. Attending a meeting set as a hidden trap, equipped with ammunition enough to obliterate a meticulously prepared sabotage, was eminently satisfying. That memorable confrontation happened long ago, but today it requires groups and individuals of vigilant monitoring of all civic administration activities. This involves analysing foreseen events and devising counteractions in advance. Techniques such as propaganda analysis indicate forthcoming agendas. Psychological operations influence perceptions and behaviours. It's possible to manipulate enemy actions without confrontation by strategically distorting information. This approach creates opportunities to exploit weaknesses. Strengthening lines of communication among resisting communities can mitigate threats posed by government disinformation efforts. We gain valuable intelligence and support by fostering trust and cooperation among non-compliant groups while undermining nefarious government influence. A community-focused strategy of unified non-compliance has proven effective where focused local action determines outcomes. The nature of this accelerating censorship war is dynamic. Thus, responses must be adaptable. Community leaders should remain vigilant and responsive to changes in globalist tactics and broader geopolitical shifts. This requires careful analysis of known adversaries like the WHO, World Economic Forum, CFR, the UN et al., and their rapidly evolving strategies. In summary, identifying and understanding our enemy is imperative in this particularly mercurial theatre of war. Communities can enhance their effectiveness in confronting local councils via proactively cohesive local alliances. The lessons from all historical conflicts underscore that a comprehensive understanding of opponents is essential for success. Deception is pivotal in camouflaging hidden enemies, particularly in covert investigations seeking to unmask undercover plans. Thanks to mainstream media creating false narratives and manipulating perceptions, duplicity obscures their true intentions and capabilities. Oddly enough, though, this makes identifying hidden foes who may pose a threat somewhat easier. Deception involves crafting misleading versions of reality, causing opponents to believe something that isn't true. Well, this is precisely what our criminal government has been sadistically inflicting upon us for many decades. Modes of deception are achieved through various methods, such as misinformation, false flag operations, and emotional manipulation tactics like gaslighting. When resistance groups successfully generate confusion, it can cause government adversaries to misinterpret actions or intentions, allowing for easier identification of those acting with ulterior motives. Analysing behavioural inconsistencies can identify hidden enemies. The seditious actions of infiltrators undermining Perth's initially successful COVID resistance rallies allowed prompt identification of key offenders. Unfortunately, their well-planned sabotage was accomplished before we could respond. The result was an upliftingly vibrant and fast-growing movement of countless thousands was completely demolished from the inside within a fortnight. Deceptive individuals exhibit conflicting behaviours. What they say rarely aligns with their actions. This inconsistency raises red flags indicating potential hidden agendas. By observing these patterns closely, we can discern who among them is acting misleadingly. Hidden enemies employ psychological tactics to control perceptions and sow doubt. Recognising these tactics is essential for uncovering them. For instance, individuals who frequently play the victim or distort reality may attempt to manipulate others for personal gain. Understanding these psychological strategies allows for identifying potential threats within their circles. The first step in counteracting deception is maintaining heightened awareness and observation. Individuals should recognise subtle signs of deceit, such as inconsistencies in communication or behaviour. Such vigilance can identify negative influences before they can act on their intentions. Understanding suspect actions and indicated motivations is crucial. Covert operatives often use various information gathering techniques to discern threats. One can spot potential hidden adversaries by paying attention to the flow of information and identifying those who seem overly interested in others' affairs. Once a hidden antagonist is identified, it's beneficial to maintain an illusion of ignorance regarding their true intentions. By allowing them to believe they're succeeding in their deceptive tactics, they're encouraged to reveal more about their plans and motivations. This strategy provides valuable insights while minimising the risk of confrontation. Facial clues can provide valuable insights into a person's honesty. For instance, micro-expressions, brief involuntary facial movements that reveal true emotions can indicate dishonesty. They may exhibit signs of stress, such as furrowing their brow or pursing their lips when asked probing questions. Additionally, liars avoid eye contact or stare excessively as they try to fabricate responses. Deliberately leaking false information can also serve as a tactic to mislead potential enemies. This was accomplished to a modest degree by indicating fictitious COVID protest rallies at fake locations that cause the most inconvenience to authorities. This approach diverts focus from critical areas or creates confusion about intentions, enabling better control over the situation and preventing adversaries from gaining the upper hand. Deception is a powerful tool for identifying hidden enemies, allowing manipulation of perceptions and creating false narratives that obscure true intentions. Effective unified non-compliance does not require cloak and dagger James Bond styles of intelligence gathering. Nevertheless, through continuously vigilant observation while offsetting misinformation, communities can mitigate the risks posed by all aspects of satanic government. Understanding the fluid dynamics of deception identifies direct or potential threats and enhances overall strategic positioning in conflict scenarios. Well, this may sound melodramatic regarding confronting Shire councils, etc., but the same principles apply no matter who and what the adversary may be. Thank you for watching.